Right, so we pick Renee up in Dubrovnik and then head south to Montenegro. Check in at Zelenka, and then we head south to Bigova, which is one of our favourite spots along the coast. Great restaurant there. Then down to Budva. Again, another great restaurant. Finally, we have to go back into the Bay of Kotor, off to Tavat, because we are getting the solar panels and bimini fitted. Okay, off on the next adventure. Split pipe yesterday, off to get new pipe. Leaving everybody on their own. It's not luck, it's skill. There is a beer brewing company over here. I might get waylaid. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, so we are off to try and get the parts I need to repair the water system, because I think it's pretty obvious that the people here are not going to come and actually do it. So we are back in Dubrovnik and I am heading over to that shoreline, and then I'm going to run along the shoreline over to that big wharf over there, which is the cruise liners. And there is a marine shop we've been talking to there that says they have all the parts. So what can go wrong? Pretty busy in here. Pretty sure up ahead is where I can pop the tender, but if not, we'll just continue down the end. Well, let's hope she's here when I come back, because everywhere around this port are signs saying no itinerant parking. So an entire port like this, supposedly a boating coastline, and you can't come in a tender anywhere. So let's see what happens, eh? I mean, the thing is, it is a little bit frustrating, because where this pipe was going from the cold water feed up to the boiler, or the tempering valve for the boiler, it went round an S-bend, and on 2 occasions I commented that I thought that was a tight turn. And you know what? It split right on one of those tight turns. I mean, thank goodness it's a pipe that's exposed. But to be fair, all the ones that aren't exposed are much higher density plastic, and there's a lot of elbows and glue joints in that used. So you've got to feel a lot more confident about that. But you know what? It is a little bit frustrating when a completely unqualified person suggests that, hey, maybe this isn't done in the best possible way. And felt a little bit fobbed off, if I'm honest. Just wanted to get the job done and get out, both when the new pump was put in and when we first found the spray leak, which I'm convinced occurred because of all the tension of going around the corner. It was spraying a fine jet of water, if you remember, about episode 42 I think, out of the corner. So yeah, bit disappointing. These things happen though, and you just got to muddle on. So I'm off to get parts, and I'm going to try and put elbows in to make it a lot better. But if not, in the meantime I will just do a fix as it was. To get...
What do you have to do, Mark?
I'm going to fix my hose.
And does that hose need cutting?
Yes.
And how are you going to cut it?
How it needs cutting. I'll either do it with a hacksaw or I'll do it with a knife.
What did you just say to me before when I said you're going to cut it? What did you say?
Well, cut it.
You can't remember, can you? You said, I'll cut my hand.
No, I didn't say I'll cut my hand. What I said was that if I cut my hand, I'd like to think that you were still there with me. And then what did you say?
No, you didn't say like you.
What did you say?
You said that you would cut your hand. I said, well, that's absolutely stupid.
I was joking, saying I was going to slice my hand.
Right, and I said to you, well, that's silly because I warned you now about doing it. So don't come running to me if you cut yourself.
That's right. So if I slice my hand,
yep, not going to be your nurse.
I'm going to have to fix it myself.
Correct.
Yeah, well.
Go have fun.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going down the engine room to my sanctuary with my hose.
With your hose.
So I've had the fans on. Oh, yeah, I've had the fan. I'm going to have to leave the fans on, so I'll turn the camera on again in a minute, but it'll be too loud at the moment. Right, tools required. I have my snips. I have my torch charged. I have my hacksaw, because I'll probably take the blade off to cut. And I have the dreaded knife. And I have the very flexible pipe, which they told me is great for going around corners compared to the pipe that I had before. So let's go down there to fix the plumbing. I mean, it's a really tight space to work in here. So effectively, yesterday we put this cork here in the end of the cold water feed to the tempering valve where cold water mixes with hot coming out, and that enabled us to effectively allow the hot water tank to become the cold water for the boat. So what we're going to have to do is take this off down here, and then I'm going to use my flexible hose to connect between there and there. Looks simple? We shall see. Right. Okay, so there I've got the pipe on one end. We will undo this clamp, and we've got that right up. So we're going to put this right at the top, because the idea is to get 2 clamps on to give extra surety. I mean, I don't see these clamps failing, frankly, but anyway, if we get that on, then we slide this one up, and there's not enough room on the nipple that this goes on to for 2 clamps, but there is enough room for the second one to just grab. So put that right there, side by side, and we're going to tighten that as well. Oops. It's a very awkward place to work in. I've got one arm over the top of what looks like an air conditioning pipe to me, and I've got the other arm at a weird angle. So when you start getting a little bit older, I'm sure people watching this will understand that, you get a little bit less flexible, and a 21-year-old would do this easy, but a 62-year-old, it actually starts to hurt because you just don't have that flexibility you used to have. Now before, this pipe came down here and had to bend to go over here, which is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this pipe around and over. So I'm actually going to give it more room to do what it needs to do. Now I'm going to put my arm down through here. Well, you'll see it in a minute, it'll pop down. Hello, here's my hand. I'm going to take this pipe and curve it around, and I'm going to put these on there, like so. Well, that needs undoing a little bit more, it's a bit tight still. Okay, let's get these around there where we can tighten them. Right, there we go, that's on there. So that goes right down the bottom there. We'll put that on. This is so awkward. I mean, you know, this camera shot is not gonna show it how awkward it is, but man, it is awkward. I can't even stand the bloody camera up. Look, right, there's the camera. So hopefully that's tight enough now to, yes it is, look, then you can start tightening it. And honestly, it's really fiddly, and I am dripping with sweat, and I just don't sweat normally. So that goes on there, and then we put the second clip down, and we will tighten that one up. Really should be a, there we go, it's so hard to get. So this is today's maintenance job, isn't it? It's going to be in the episode. And look, I'm really enjoying doing these videos because I always wanted to show people what it's like to have a boat like this. And you know, you can either pay to get it done, and honestly, we can't afford it. You know, we're going to show you a costing soon. It's pretty expensive. And if we were paying people to come and do all this stuff, A, you've got to get them, which is not easy. Honestly, it's not. B, you've got to book them in advance. In the meantime, what do? and C, it's just too expensive. So the only way we're going to be able to afford this boat is for me to do a lot of this stuff myself, and I'm happy to do it because I quite enjoy that sort of stuff. Let's just check these while we're at it. Make sure they're all nice and tight. Yep, they are. Make sure that's nice and tight. Yes, it is. And then let's just have a wee think about what I've done. Oh, that could be tighter. Oh man, I'm sweating. Right. Okay. So let's open the valves. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so there's no leaking there. But we're not under pressure yet. So we now have what we had before, which is the cold water coming in here. It can go into the hot water tank, or it can head off here to the tempering valve and then mix with the hot water to go in. Where the bloody hell does the cold water just go into the boat? Well, here you go, it runs up here, and then before it goes through the tempering valve, it heads off here. Right, I am going to go and turn the pump on, and then I'll come back, make sure we've got no leaks, and we should have cold water. There's the pump coming on, and can you turn the tap on, kid? Okay, we might still have a slight air bleed problem, but there's certainly no leaks, but I'll come down and check that again. Anyway, that's the pump on, we'll go from there. Right, so here's the highest point on the boat for cold water. So that is the flybridge deck wash, and the water's coming out pretty sporadically, so I just got a funny feeling we're not pressurising the pumps properly, so might just have to work on that a little bit to get full pressure, but that's air coming out with it, so hopefully all the air's going and all of a sudden the pump will pressurise. But I'm going to try putting every other tap on in the boat.
So Mark was going to take us to shore, and then Sybil goes, is that our boat over there? This dinghy just does not want to stay with whoever it belongs to,
look,
right?
It is ours, because there's our cord.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right, Sybil, to get it?
Yeah, hopefully. You mean car folding in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work. Great.
Go.
Let's go. Retrieval 2.0.
Maybe it's easier when I turn it around.
That's it. So it blew off there with the wind.
You're probably fine.
Oh, it touched
It
it.
blew into there, and it's now...
Yeah, probably been there for a while. The boys are waiting for us back there for their ride. We're heading into Dubrovnik.
Hey, thanks, boys.
Mark's going to stay back, and Rodney says, right, come on boys, in the car. Which I thought was funny. Hi Rodney, get everyone in the car.
See you, Freddie.
Okay, quick, go.
Don't make me wet, please. Okay.
Das mir Fuß.
Nice work.
My arrow shows me.
Totally
Your
out
arrow
of our
shows there.
control.
Great. Yes, because what happened, Marky? It was
During
quite
the night,
wind
we had a 180-degree wind change that saw us within 30 metres, maybe not even that, of that shoreline.
Yeah.
But we did not break the circle, which is good, because that shows the circle does protect you from a planning perspective, as long as the wind's not so strong that you then drag the anchor.
And can I ask a question? Did you put the snubber on last night?
No,
And why didn't you?
didn't think it was going to get windy.
Because it looks so calm.
Yeah,
So what have we decided?
we're putting the snubber on every night.
Absolutely.
That was turned off by mistake. Some idiot went past and turned the 24 volt off.
Because you're trying to save power all the time, eh?
Can't see the idiot. I'm looking for the idiot.
Okay. Quickly, someone else out for this one. Freddie, that one.
Grab that one.
Nice work, team. Okay, well done, Marky.
And so while the others went into Dubrovnik for a bit of a look around, I thought I will go and find myself a coffee. I did, and a very nice coffee. And over here, the customers, whenever you buy a coffee, get a glass of water with it. And you buy a cup of tea, you don't. So not sure why that is. And look at this, Mark reading a book. This is the first book, pretty easy reading, that I have started reading since we left New Zealand in February. I've been wanting to, but just haven't got round to it. Anyway, I found this little cafe. It's very nice, beautiful stonework, very permanent, run by a family, of course. Keep your costs down, do it very well over here. Yeah, that's quite nice. I can just do this. I'll go back and try and sort out the water issue on the boat and just make sure that the boat is okay prior to us heading south. We're going to go and pick Renee up, and then tomorrow morning from Chatra we are going to exit Croatia and go back into Montenegro. So we've got Renee for the next 4 nights, and then we're back to Tvat for the bimini to be fitted, so that should be cool to record. It's going to make quite a change to the boat. I was actually sitting on the tender looking at Awanui NZ on the way over here, and I thought, yep, that bimini's actually going to work. It's going to look good. Hopefully just not look too bulky on the top with the solar panels, but we'll see how that works out anyway. So it'd be so nice to get some covering up there, because that's the space we just don't use enough. But anyway, nice cup of coffee with my glass of water and having a bit of a read. Okay, so none of the cafes close to the boat were open, so I had to go about 1 mile up the bay, and I'm sitting having a lovely cup of coffee, and I hear big rumbles of thunder. So scurrying back to the boat, there it is up there, big black clouds, and I can already feel the air coming down out of it, so best I get back to the boat, I think, and just check everything's okay there, keep an eye on things. Looks like it's moving away, to be honest, but there is a bit of a easterly flow and it's out to the east, but doesn't necessarily mean it will come here. But yeah, better head back. Alright, so I'm back on the boat, and there up there is the cell. Pretty gusty wind starting to come through. So just to be ready, we've got all the pumps on so we can start the engine if I need to. I've got everything up here so I can get things started pretty quickly. And I've got the radar up and spinning. And there's the cell there. So just off to the southeast of us, looks like it's passing by, to be honest, but there's a little bit more up there as well, and each of those rings is 1/4 of a nautical mile, so at worst it's really within, just inside 1/4 of a mile. Bit of thunder, haven't seen too much lightning yet, but it must be around. Yeah, just keep an eye on it. Okay, there's a west cardinal marker, really nice and clear. You can see the rocks just beyond it. So we're heading southeast. Passing to the west of it means we go on the right hand side. Really good cardinal marker. Okay, this is down the coastline from the commercial port of Dubrovnik towards the old port. So we're just going to pop down here, go past the entrance to the old port, and just get a little bit of video for you. Obviously can't go in there, it's very, very restricted, but we'll talk to the port harbour master as we go past, just to let him know that we're going to pop up near to the entrance. And that's where we're going today, down to Kvat. It is 11 nautical miles from where we overnighted, out past the old port of Dubrovnik and down to the city of Kvat, and that's where we will exit Croatian waters, get signed out there, add Renee to the crew list so that the documents all stack up for when we go back into Montenegro. 11 and a bit miles, just over 2 hours, and the weather 0.5 is the swell forecast, less than that at the moment, and 7 or 8 knots. So it should be a nice run down. A few cells still out there to the east. They're sort of tracking down the ranges there to the east of us, and it should be quite a nice trip. So that is beautiful. Look at that wall all around that rock face. Amazing. That would be difficult to take over, wouldn't it? Yeah, so that's the way it wants us to go, and we asked if we can come through here so we can have a look and get some photos, and they said, "You are welcome, sir." I'm trying to get a photo of you in the sunset. Can you please sit up? It's so cool. That sun, look, is being split by the cloud. And there's a jet coming in over the top. Oh, come on.
Come on, what?
It's pretty special. Beautiful place in Croatia.
The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Beautiful quayside of the port of Kavtut. Only thing that leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth is we had a guy that turned up who allowed us to park here, who then came to collect the fee of 36 euros, which seemed very fair. Unfortunately, an hour later, another guy turned up to collect a fee of 83 euros. Apparently, the 30 odd euros is for refuse collection. We had no rubbish. So Croatia starts leaving a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth, to be honest. Restaurants are very expensive. Mooring fees are about 5 or 6 times what they are in Greece or Montenegro. If you choose to anchor out there, they give you a 50% discount. So it's 41 euros 50 to drop your anchor in that harbour. Sad, really. I think the only way to fix it is people not to come here. It's a big shame because it's beautiful. And here we are being quietly serenaded by our own 7-piece quartet. How special is that? How special is that? Oh yeah, a quartet. A quartet's 4. Oops!
Hi Renee, welcome. Oh, is this the first time you've seen your daughter, Mark?
No, I saw her before.
Oh, so you did give her a hug before you got the drone?
Yeah, but I had no proof the drone was here.
No, but when I said Marcus, when I arrived, he just said, "Where's the drone?"
He did, didn't he?
Is it the right
Pretty
one?
cool.
Because if it's not, we can't return it.
I hope so.
You have to go through New York to return it.
Oh yeah,
Got the
DJI
receipt.
Mini 4 Pro. I just do hope that will log into my...
It will. The
Okay.
guy said it would.
Alright,
What do you say, Mr. Remmel?
thank you. It's magic. Well
That's
done.
it, is it?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I don't want a hug.
It's so cool. Well, I haven't had a shower for a week.
Oh,
so
and I
you
got
probably
a drink Huey.
Oh!
And I got Aperol.
That's good,
And I
eh?
almost bought a bottle of gin, but then I thought, you know what, that's just a bit much to carry, so...
Oh,
Drink in 4 days.
Well, the Joan Huey and the Aperol aren't for me. Or the Aperol, maybe.
Well done, Renee. Okay, so we left Croatia today, checked out, pretty smooth process. And now we're coming back into Montenegro, so we've got to check in at Zelenica. and then we're going to head further south into Bigava tonight and off down to Budva tomorrow. So okay, daughter arrived and she was allowed on the boat because she had the drone and she had alcohol that we haven't been able to find in Montenegro. And there is the Montenegrin flag flying again. We are going to head over there to Zelenica.
Alrighty everyone, so we have just come into Montenegro from Croatia. Oh, hello by the way, I have arrived. I have been given the role of filming us coming onto the dock because I'm drinking and they don't trust me. So I've got Dad in there driving, you can't see him. Got Mum and my uncle down the back, they're doing the lines. Oh, there goes the bow thruster. He's not half bad at this, you know. Stark improvements since I was last here in April. Might need to up his pay. Oh, there goes my uncle. Go on, son! Tie it up! That is actually not a half bad job. They're fine. That's not a half bad job, Dad. They're not touching them. The boat's sitting straight off the... Personally, I think I had the hardest job. I'm drinking.
Port Authority coming down.
Oh, we've got the Port Authority coming. I might just put my beveragino. Might just put my beveragino down. I'm just going to put my beveragino down because the Port Authority is coming. What is coming? The Port Authority, yeah. Here comes the Port Authority. Well done. Whew, straight over his head.
Yes.
That was tragic.
Mark, do you know what you're doing?
Don't put your head on that bit, yeah.
No, he doesn't know.
Go on! You're so close!
The ass is the family.
Go on, son! The wide handstand stance.
So why did you try that, Mark?
What?
Why did you go and do that?
Beat my daughter.
Beat my daughter.
Competition.
Hello. I've just been having a nice little lie in the sun, and I am now escorting some children up to the top of the deck to jump off the boat, which should be quite interesting. So we'll see how this goes. Hang on.
So you have to stand with your feet on here.
Your encouragement of this is absolutely outrageous, Dad. Watch the rope.
That's it, now we're talking.
Watch the rope. Was that fun?
Very fun. Maximum hladna voda.
I'd actually just like it to be known for the record that I'm not approving of this. This is all him. I'm not approving of this.
Stand up first and then...
Dad, are you sure their parents are allowing this?
Yeah, you're onto it. Good man.
Okay, it's clear. Oh my days! Woo! Are you going?
Renee should jump up.
Jump the GoPro.
No.
Why not? Is it not
Do you want to?
I'm going.
Oh, he's gonna go. I just got dry. I don't want to get wet again. What are you doing now? Watch for the kids.
They can do it, I can do it.
Okay.
Woohoo!
You are crazy. You're so competitive. What doing?
I have absolutely no idea. So we've taken this panel out to get access to this panel, and that there is the router for Starlink. And because Starlink
What, that piece of paper?
No, it's not paper, it's a router.
Oh.
And that's the power box. And Starlink have, for their global service, increased the price from 200 US a month to 400 US a month, just like that. So what we're going to do is we now need to change plans, and because we bought Starlink in America, the only region available to us is America. So effectively we have to treat it like we've sold our Starlink. So we've got to deregister it, which means I cannot use the same email address again. So I'm going from our normal email address to our Gmail address, and we are about to turn the Starlink off once we're happy how we're going to do it, and then re-register under a different plan, because we're not paying 400 US a month, not when we're toddling around the Mediterranean. And whatever plan we're on, we can upgrade to a gigabyte plan. So if we do need to cross an ocean, you just go onto that gigabyte and you just control how much data you use. You know, you use data for the boat, you download all your stuff when you're on the regional plan. So yeah, so now I've got access, now I've got where the router is. We need to sit down and work through the emails so that we totally understand what we have to do in order to reconnect. It's one of those things that's just got a knack, you know.
Do you want me to get up and help?
Okay, so the basic problem is Starlink went from charging 200 US per month. Suddenly they want, oh, there is a beautiful Fleming yacht, and I've got a funny feeling, is that a New Zealand flag? Whitianga, New Zealand.
No way! Mum! No way!
There is a Fleming, looks like a Fleming 65 from Whitianga. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Because we bought the dish in America, our choice is go on the American continent. Can't do that, we're not there. Starlink knows that. Go on the global plan, pay 400 bucks US a month. We're not going to do that. So what we've got to do is cancel the service and then effectively make them think that we've sold the dish to somebody else, and then we go online and go onto a European plan. So right now we are in the process in the Starlink app of cancelling the service. So Renee is about to go confirm.
I'm moving. And no.
Yep, and no longer need Starlink. That's it. Right, so now we need to see.
All hell was about to break loose with the kids on the
service
phone.
cancelled. Now we do a reset on the router.
Yeah, but you've paid up until August 3rd.
Yeah, but that's only 6 days away. And I want to get this done. Hang on just a minute, please, Joshua. I want to get this done and get all the panels and everything back on board.
Okay, your money, we can do it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that for 6 days, eh?
Okay.
Right, we're about to hit. What are we about to do?
We're about to cut off all Wi-Fi.
We're about to reboot the router.
Shit is about to hit the fan for the kids.
Okay, alright. So, I'm now going up in here. Okay, so now we're going to do a factory reset. It just says, well, have a look here, and you're on video, so you might want to be nice to your father. I'm assuming, up in here, look, that is that little pinhole there. It says there's a small pinhole.
At the back?
Yeah.
That looks very pinhole-like.
It does, eh? So, do you think we should leave the power on?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says put a paper clip. Is that a paper clip?
That's a safety pin.
So here we go. One factory reset
Bend it.
on a Starlink new generation 3. Okay, back to the computer and back into finding out if we can transfer this. Okay, so here we are putting Renee's address in as the new address for
It's not showing up.
our Rome package.
Okay.
And it's £84 per month, which is basically $170 NZ.
Indeed.
So it's nearly half the price.
That's good.
So you really should claim a bit of that yourself, shouldn't you?
Probably.
You should be getting a cut.
I should be. If only.
Okay. Let's hope when all this is complete we can actually plug Starlink in again, because man, it's amazing how dependent you become on being connected. Don't think I'll be very popular if this doesn't work somehow. Could be mutiny on the Bounty, mutiny on the Awanui NZ, do you think?
Definitely.
Okay, so let's see what happens, eh? Alright, so we've now...
I need your face.
Oh, she needs my face.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we have now registered it under Renee's address. We've paid the £85.
Mobile regional.
And we have... oh, hello, look, it's a green dot. It's found a thing. I think we've
Starlink is misaligned by 41 degrees. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, we've got to do things now. Alignment.
Okay, so now it looks like we've got to go up and realign Starlink, so you'll have to be up here with this.
He's climbing back up. Oh, there he goes. We're almost done. We just need to realign the dish, which will involve moving it, jigging it about a wee bit. So I'm going to let him get situated and then we'll show you the next step. This will be a bit boring to watch. Okay, so it's like facing, yeah. Can you put it like flat but just 90, like, you know, like, yeah. Just keep rotating. Keep going.
Right, give me the news, Renee.
We got Starlink back up and running.
On a British plan, eh?
On a British plan, which is cheaper. Well, I'm just sorry, all my brain power has just been taken by having to complete this monumentous task for you that you owe me so much for.
So, Renee reckons that because we've used her address and we're saving about $200 or $300 a month, she should get a cut of it. Oh,
no internet.
apparently, hang on. Hold your breath, people. Renee was connected.
There's no internet.
Yep.
No, I've got it. I've just connected 3 devices to it.
Got it? Oh, that's right. Slight heart palpitations here.
No, because you've already connected to the router before, so you're fine. Sorry, apologies, people.
Okay, so we've got an unsecured network, so now we need to put a password on. So I'll go in and get my... I'm not going to talk about this on the camera, am I?
You want to tell them the password?
Yeah. Anyway, we have Starlink again, so now we can put all the panels back on, get the router back in. I pushed the cord in as hard as I could on the actual dish itself because we were getting a message saying that connection speed may be reduced due to insecure cord, but I've pushed it as hard as I can at that end. At this end, there's nothing more than we can do than that. As long as we're online, we are happy. Anyway, another job done. There's yep, whenever you're ready. Okay, so just keep an eye on it.
I don't need to do anything yet. Okay.
You'll just feel it. I mean, it's flat calm. So.
Exactly.
What are you doing, Renee?
I'm driving a boat, mother.
Okay, so you can go out there. You can just go in a straight line. Thing is, just very gentle with the wheel because it's electric. Remember, so it don't oversteer. And then I tend to use these a little bit, but
yeah, left, right, left.
Or just tiny
right.
bits. Yeah. Okay, so.
We're off.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, you can feel now. Feel the bow going around to the left,
yeah.
But it's all controllable at the moment. Okay, just a little forward and then straight back again.
On both?
Both forward. Yeah. Back again. That's it. And it just brings it away from the.
Yeah, they're taking that off.
Yeah, they will. So we don't use the bow thruster because they're putting a rope down, right? Okay, there goes that. All right, buddy.
Why is he yelling at me?
Okay, so we just see how we're moving nice and slow, and that's cool, isn't it? Nothing has to happen quick. You look back every now and then, just make sure tail's looking nice. Okay, so now just go into forward again. See how the nose is starting to come around a bit? So just go forward, both. That's it. No, you push both together.
I couldn't.
You can. There's this guy, so just back again.
There's City's boat.
Nothing's happening fast. And see what he does. He's going out, I suspect, but if you look, he's coming to a halt, isn't he? So okay, so you can go into forward idle. Right, now you're going to be using the wheel. So you just get there it is. If you're in centre, it'll go centre. Right, then as you're coming up to the exit, you just very slowly start getting the feel for it going around the corner. So you tell me when you think you want to start turning.
Well, I'm sort of turning already.
Yeah, that's all right, just a tiny wee bit. There's nothing wrong with just inching over that way, but you want little movements because then you don't get a fright, eh? Whereas if you do a big movement, it'll suddenly turn towards the edge. That's good. It's cool. We're going away nicely, look, people.
Thoughts?
Renee didn't stuff that up. Yeah, it's looking good. It's better to go a little bit that way because you can just stop turning and it'll widen out a bit, won't it? I'm going to cancel that. Potential hazard ahead. Okay, that's all right. Remember, if you've got rudder in, it will keep turning. So to me, that looks about right.
Do I need to turn a bit more?
What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, good girl. That's good.
How much?
Well, you're gonna have to work it out, aren't you?
This part's stressful, Dad.
Okay, so if you want it to keep going around the corner, keep going around the corner. That's it. That's good.
I feel close over here.
No, you're not. That is plenty distance away.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
You're absolutely fine down there.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. Now keep going. That's it. That's looking good. Now see, you've got a bit of left rudder in, right? So it's going to keep going. But now you really want to go straight, eh? So straighten up.
I am.
With that, just put it in the middle.
What, an E?
Yeah.
It's
Put
E
it
in the middle.
No, that the red thing.
Doing pretty well, I'd say.
That's good. So now you're just going straight. No, that's fine. It's miles. That's about 50 feet away.
Where does she have to go over and tell her about the green and the red?
Yeah, and then so on the way out, you go with your red, which is port, against green, and your starboard against red,
Okay.
which is port. So around you come.
Turning.
That's it.
Well done, Luna.
Thank
But
you.
the thing is, don't overdo it, eh? That'll come around nicely.
Yeah.
You enjoying the
The-
experience?
The best thing,
Oh gosh, I've got 3 cameras
the
on
best thing, Renee, is if everything's happening slowly, you can change things slowly. But if
Yeah.
things are happening fast, you've got to react fast, and that's when you
Indeed.
get into trouble.
I honestly felt like I could have come through there and forward idle. Oh wait, that's
You did.
where we're in.
How do you think you went through there at 0 idle? So the things, and the thing is that what's bad about coming through in 0, when you don't have engine, when in forward idle, you're pushing water over the rudders. Whereas when you go to 0, the water over the rudders is dropping all the time, so you're losing steerage.
I also want to go.
No chance of putting them both.
Let's go.
What is going on here?
I'm making bread.
I'm making bread.
But in an environment that isn't exactly great for bread.
Why is that?
It's very hot. Well,
Yeah.
this type of bread.
It's looking good. I can't wait for it to cook.
Now it just needs to sit there and I should turn this off. It just needs to sit there and rise for about 40 minutes.
So today we've decided to cook a roast. A big roast. So we said to Renee, what's with the bread? She said it just takes 40 minutes. Now we hear,
Cook.
what, it's 40
Actually,
minutes,
it takes 40 minutes in the oven.
but you forgot the bit of 40 minutes just to sit.
Yeah, we can make it 15.
We can go from 40 to 15.
Well, I need that to stretch. I meant to soak up the whole pan,
Oh, okay.
which isn't going to happen. Wait, we don't. Oh. Ready, set. We're just getting bringing the boat around. Dad will voice over this. Beautiful. She's just sitting right there. All tied off? Right, for all intents and purposes we're done.
So here is Renee's lovely focaccia bread. Doesn't it look gorgeous? To make sure we get the recipe from her before she leaves to go home. So we're going to have that with spaghetti bolognese for dinner tonight. Yum, 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 yum. What do you think of it?
Great.
What are you eating?
My Kit Kat's better.
Your Kit Kat's better than your bread. Oh, I can't believe that. Someone who loved you heaps must have bought that for you. Do you want to share who bought it with for you?
The camera woman. Alright, we're coming into the marina. That's Echo. That's the home for the next wee while the bimini gets fitted. It's got our man coming to help us. And then everyone will do their thing. I think we're parking in there somewhere. Oh, that is a gorgeous boat. There's Mark, Rimmel. Pretty. You make it look easy, Dad.
Because you get lulled into a false sense of security with no window.
Yeah, fair enough.
How we bit back forget.
You've got about a metre? Yeah, metre and a half. Here he comes with this line.
Well done.
Nice.
Tight hands, sweetie pie, eh?
Yeah.
So here we are in Port of Montenegro.
Daughter's going. Woo! Peace and quiet. I don't get told off all the time.
So our boat's down here in the marina.
You were talking to me.
Oh,
Why?
that's beautiful, eh? Look at that down
It
there.
is.
That sight down there.
It is.
Turn around and look, isn't it gorgeous? And here she comes. She left her charger behind, just remembered, so she went running back. So we're off to have a coffee, and Mark's the mule, he's carrying her bag. And then
And we've got to go and pay the bill at the marina. Put the paperwork in.
Yeah.
And then we can start getting the bimini fitted
Yeah.
and hopefully the freshwater system fixed.
Always something.
That was a close call. I also left my work phone.
Oh, Renee.
I love this too. Still thinking. Yep.
So this is going to become, here's Renee into that with a funky glass of freshly squeezed apple juice.
Why is it funky?
About to board or to go to the airport and board a flight back to Gatwick. So it's funky because it's curved. What's
Can
that?
you not see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's better now.
Yeah, it's
Now
cool.
the camera can pick that up.
It's a funky glass. It's a
and how-
conversation piece. How's my duck? Deutsch, average.
My duck.
My Deutsch is
There's
average.
your duck, all right.
Yeah, my Deutsch is average. How's your? Oh, that looks all right. Your tea looks good.
My tea is lovely. Very nice.
Good.
There goes Renee off to the airport. That's good. Mission accomplished. She bought the drone.